So I know people get tired of hearing trainers and nutritionists talk about the fact that they just meal prep and they eat the same things every day. And in order to be getting the results you need, you have to be consistent. And people tell me all the time that they think that this sounds just really boring with food and that there's so monotonous with it. And they just don't see how I can eat the same things every day and not give myself the treats, which they think I'm depriving myself of treats or whatever. And that I'm, for some reason, that it's just not possible for them to do what I do, or that I'm just weird about it or whatever. And I get that a lot from people. And I've learned to just kind of dismiss those comments as that, not that I think people are just too lazy to do the work, or that, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with people, thinking differently than I do. That's totally normal. And I respect that. But what I do get frustrated with is when people tell me that they can't get results, or that they don't feel well, or that they don't know why their body is different, and they're not willing to do what I do. They're not even willing to give it a chance. I even challenge clients to, when I give them their numbers, their macro numbers, and tell them what to do, I tell them, I was like, if you do exactly what I do, just try it for 1 week. Like, reach your numbers for 1 week. If I give you a number, a target number, do it for 1 week consistently every single day, and then tell me how you feel. Then tell me that you don't feel better, or that you doesn't work or whatever. But you see, people won't even do that. I can't get people to do it for a full day, much less a full week. And when I lost my 100 pounds and decided that my life had to change, I basically told myself, I can't get the results that I want doing what I've been doing all these years, that I'm going to do this for 30 straight days. Like I said, I'm going to do this for 30 straight days. No questions, no excuses. And if I can't do something for 30 days, then I don't deserve to be healthy and happy, right? I spent my entire life chasing this diet plan that was going to work, and all of these pills and all of these things that I would give, 2 or 3 weeks to try to get there. And I got up and down the scale so many times that I thought, if I can't do this for 30 days, then I don't deserve to be happy or healthy. It got that serious for me. But see, yesterday was a reminder of why I'm so dedicated to putting the same things in my body every day, and why I tell people this so frequently. So I've had had friends and family visiting over this past weekend, and yesterday afternoon, one of my friends wanted to spend the afternoon doing something fun. She came to visit the area. She'd wanted to see some of the stuff here. And then, of course, then we wanted to go eat out or do something fun for dinner. And so normally I'm really routine and scheduled. I have meals planned out, I have snacks planned out, I have everything pretty scheduled. And if you know me really well, you know that my computer and my calendar actually tells me when to eat. I'm that dedicated to it. And yes, it's weird for people, but the results from what happened yesterday just completely confirmed why I do what I do every day, and why it's so important for me to tell people this. So yesterday afternoon, I had a normal day up until lunchtime. I did my normal snacks, I did my normal meals, I did everything normal. I went to the gym yesterday morning, I did everything normally up until about lunchtime. And so no worries, you're like, all right, I did that perfectly fine. Then for the afternoon, we were going to go to one place and another place, and had a couple of errands to run and whatnot. And so I didn't plan meals or snacks, because I had no idea what times things were going to happen. And I really, honestly, I just kind of let myself down with it. Normally I would plan to have a protein shake with me and a couple of snack bars and maybe some fruit or something with me. And I would be so dedicated to be like, all right, we got to pull over and I have to find some food quickly, or else I'm going to start getting really lightheaded. And I didn't do any of those things. And so yesterday afternoon, we went for a hike, and we went for doing different things. And I don't drink caffeine or coffee or tea or anything, so that usually isn't a problem. But the person who was visiting wanted to buy me a boba tea, which I've never had boba tea before, and have now realized that the reason I don't ever care to have boba tea is because it's 100% sugar and caffeine, and it was it was like drinking, I don't know, some type of, it basically felt like I was putting whipped cream with a little bit of strawberry on top of it and then throwing some tea in my mouth with it. It was good, but it wasn't something that I would ever do again. And so we did all these things, but then we sat down for our dinner and decided to grab cocktails. And I don't drink anymore. And if I do, it's just maybe a one cocktail here and there, versus how the old Jason used to be where I drank a lot. I had a margarita, one margarita, and I drank that margarita over essentially a 4-hour period and had a handful of chips and guacamole, nothing crazy. I didn't eat the whole basket, and I learned those lessons. I had a cup, I had maybe 5 chips with some guacamole. And then for my dinner, I had 2 grilled meat tacos on corn tortillas because I'm gluten intolerant, and they were very good, and it was a small portion. I didn't overeat anything crazy. I didn't do anything crazy with it. And that was at almost 9 o'clock at night by the time that happened. So I hadn't had any real food in my body since lunchtime until 9 o'clock at night, other than the boba tea, and then a margarita. And by the time that I got home, I was sick. I was lightheaded. I wasn't drunk, but I felt very, very odd. And right before I went to bed, I decided I've got to have some more protein, more food in my body. So I did a full meal replacement shake right before I went to bed because I just needed more calories and more food. And then I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning feeling very, very awful. I felt hungover. I felt hungry. I felt nauseated. I felt all these weird things, which never, ever happens. And I woke up and drank a glass of water. I had another little snack and then went back to bed. And I woke up this morning feeling mildly hungover, but mostly dehydrated and hungry. My body was just craving to be back on that regular schedule. And it really reminded me, if you've made it this far in the video, it really reminded me, and I hope you get this, it's not that I didn't enjoy myself or that I didn't, or even that I deprived myself. I had everything I needed. I had drinks with friends. I had dinner with friends. I didn't obsess with it. I didn't sit there at the restaurant and be like, oh, I really wish I had my protein shake. I didn't do any of those things. I totally enjoyed myself, and I don't regret doing any of those things. But it reminded me this morning when I got up why it's so important for me not to feel that way. In order for me to feel healthy and motivated and do my best, I know that I can't do that frequently. And it just makes me think to myself, how bad do people really feel? You have no idea how bad you really feel until you don't feel bad any longer. You have no idea how different your body feels until you stop drinking all the time. And I'm not talking about being an alcoholic drinking large amounts of alcohol. I'm talking about one drink over a 4-hour period that did this to me. And normally, just so you have a reference, in my past, if my good friends know, this is my tumbler. This is a 22-ounce cup. And I used to have 2 of these full of gin every night. I had 2 cocktails. I jokingly say I only had 2 cocktails, but they were full of gin every night. 2 of these every single night. And in the morning, I would get up and I would drink probably 8 or 10 large cups of coffee from various coffee places around where I lived. And how I functioned like that back then, thinking that I was healthy and okay, I don't know, because I couldn't do any of that today. Now, I don't want you to think I'm preaching at you because you're doing, whatever it is you do. But my point really is that just that small hiccup in my day reminds me how important it is for me to stay focused on a schedule and a routine and something that's very consistent for me. And I just wish that I could say the right thing to you or do something to have you commit to doing this and changing the way you feel about what you eat and how you eat and what you put into your body, and understand that you can eat at 10 o'clock at night. You can eat at 6 o'clock in the morning. You can eat all day long. You can eat all the food you want in the right proportions. That if you're not doing those things and your digestive system is screwed up, it's because you're just not listening to it. You're not doing what's right for your body. And once you figure that out, it's so rewarding what your body will do for you if you just feed it properly. So that's my message for today. I hope that helps somebody. Maybe someone out there is listening to me at this point in the video. But I appreciate you following along. And if I can help you with anything, I'm here for you. All right. I'll see you next time.